How's it going, everybody? Today we are going to learn how to use kicker lights, in Photoshop to make eyes stand out and be more dramatic in your photos. As you can see, it's a very subtle yet powerful change in the photos. So without further ado, here we go. What's up, everybody? It's David Amadeus Pacheco, and we're going to start off with this lovely black and white. So first, we're going to want to use the elliptical tool to make the shape about roughly the size of the eye, just a bit smaller because you want the darkness of the eye to accentuate what we're going to do to it. So now we're going to use a polygonal tool. We're going to cut half through the eye. We're going to use the holding Alt. That way you deselect the area that you go over. Again, using elliptical, we want to do the same thing. Hold Alt, go right over to where the black part of the eye, the pupil, because we don't want to fill that part of the eye with white. So, but before we fill it with white, we got to start a new layer and then fill it using Control Alt Backspace or using the paint bucket tool. Now, I don't like the edge a little bit right there because it's going to bleed into the eye when I soften that white. So we're going to again go back to the polygonal tool. Take that out, and we are going to then erase it. Otherwise, it will bleed in. There we go. That's a lot better. Now we're going to want to soften this. So we're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and we're going to soften it to the point where it is just rounded. So I think not too much, not too little. So I think 9.2 is where I want it. That's where I'm going to put it. That way it seems perfect. So we're going to switch over to overlay. There you go. And there we go. And then now we're going to copy it into the other eye. So you want to hit the select tool, move tool, and then Alt to move it over. And you're going to place it just, that's a little, I don't know. I'll move that bit. I just duplicated the layer instead of moving it. So, I like it, but it's a little too much. So you want the changes to be subtle, but you want them to be there. So we're going to delete a layer. I'm going to move that around to the place where we want it again, just above the dark parts of the circle, but just under the pupil. So we're going to group them together, pressing Control G. There you go. You can see it. Very fast, very easy. Super quick and easy way to make your eyes pop out more dramatically. So now we're going to do it again with this guy. Alright, so we're going to want to do the same thing, but you want to pay attention to the light, where it's coming from. It's coming from the left, right, dump down. And the reason why is because we're going to cut right through the middle of that selection. So we're going to use the elliptical tool, make the selection, again, roughly about the same size of the eye, not as big, but just enough. Using the space bar, if you have to, move it into place. There you go. We're going to select our polygonal tool. We're going to cut perpendicular to the light. So it's from the left, so we're going to, as you can see, it's on the left, so we're going to cut right through and leave the right side. So there we go. Alt, cut through it. Now we're going to use the elliptical once again, cut out the remaining part where the pupil is, and the hell was that? I don't know. So there we go. Just take it out, and whatever. Press Control Z if you make mistakes like I do. Everyone makes those mistakes. There you go. I'm going to fill it with white. Forgot to make a new layer. Make a new layer. Fill that with white. And we're going to, again, soften our selection. So you want to use Blur, Gaussian Blur. Now, because this photo is a higher resolution, we're going to want to increase the blurriness. So a little 12.5 is where I like it. So we're going to go back to overlay, do the same thing, and then using using the move tool and Alt, we're going to drag and drop right over to the right eye. And there you have it. Don't forget to group your layers together, and just like that, super fast, super simple. Now you have really dramatic eyes. Thanks for tuning in. My name is David Amadeus Pacheco. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.